Hello Tubesters, it's Gav and welcome to another one of my videos. Today it's a Workbench update. I just wanted to show the last finishing touches to the Saxon commission, which is what you see in front of you at the moment. So this has been a long running commission from, I think I began the first division last September, and the client picked it up I believe in about February, March time. Had 6 or so weeks off painting other things and began this second commission after that. So it's been a long running commission. I've really enjoyed painting them actually. It's the lovely colours to paint Saxons. I like doing the white, and the different colours are fairly simple on the cuffs. If you're into Napoleonics, I would recommend it if you fancy doing something different. If you can get your whites right, and you don't have to do like what I call a warm white, which is what these are in front of you. You could do a cold white, using grey as your base colour. I just fancy doing them like this. But yeah, you don't have the very thin piping on the majority of them, apart from on the tail, on the turnbacks. So they're quite a straightforward units to do. The only difference in the different, as you can see, the yellows there is, depending on the regiment, there'll be a silver button regiment or a brass button regiment. So yeah, they're nice. It's been a nice commission. I've really enjoyed it. So it's coming to an end now. These are the last ones that are going through the basing process at the moment, as you can see in different stages. If I come out, zoom out with the camera a bit. So we've got different bracing stages. These guys here are still wet, as you can see, with paint. That's just burnt umber. 6 pounder gun. Saxons had them with the yellow painted fittings, iron fittings. That's foot artillery. I'm just fishing bits out. These guys were the Corps Command base, and they've not been finished off yet. There's a Corps Commander. Might be a bit shiny with varnish still at the moment because they only had their second coat an hour or two ago. An artillery officer riding alongside him. These are some brigade commanders. And again, they've only got their first burnt umber. They'll have another coat of burnt umber and then dry brushed with silver grey. And then I blacken the edges just to give it like a picture frame look. And then they'll all go for one mass flocking, as flocking's fairly messy. They tend to get done in one batch. I've just noticed all the sand I've still got all over the shakos and things of the foot regiment, so they need all brushing off yet before anything else goes on with those. So that's my Napoleonic commission. If you bear with me a second, I shall change over and we'll see some other things that are on the bench. Right, changing scale again, back to some 10mm. As you'll probably remember on one of my other videos, I was just saying I was using these just as a break in doing the last few of those commissions. So over the last probably 3 weeks, I've just been painting up the odd 10mm unit. I must admit these have stalled a bit, only because I just wanted to get obviously these last bits of Saxons completed, which is why you've not been seeing much videos of me lately. What have we got? Well, obviously work in progress. This will be my main command unit, this guy here. Let's see if we turn him around. I think you can see a great deal, but that's going to be King William of Orange and some of his entourage. So lots of dandies there with their big wigs and lace and all that type of stuff going to go on. Although you won't see a great deal in 10mm, I must admit. This is an artillery base. These are actually English Civil War figures. I couldn't find anything to match really, so I've painted them up as best I can. I think he's supposed to be a Bible basher there with his Bible, hectoring the crowd or whatever on their morals or whatever he was up to at the time. But now he's become a quartermaster. I'm giving him yellow cuffs, and he's arguing with this chap here that there should have been 24 cannonballs come off that cart. Why have I only got 12? So, and this lady here is obviously carrying a sack of sack of stuff that this guy will be shoveling. So yeah, it was just a basic artillery park marker to go behind the guns. And then put these to one side. I don't suppose we're going to see a lot of these if I zoom down. We might do, you never know. But hey, there we go. No, they're not in, not in shot. Hang on a second. Let's zoom out again. Oh, modern technology and my misuse of it. Right, and this is going to be a Williamite volunteer unit from Inniskilling area. You probably know that while Londonderry was under siege, so was the area around Inniskilling. And these are to show a ad hoc unit that have actually got captured. They've captured the red jackets off King James's one of King James's regiments. So they've got a few civilian hats there of different colours. Some have got lace trim around them. Horses are all supposedly a bit different, just to show, you know, captured horses in their own. They're often raised by local landowners, sometimes with titles, sometimes without. That's the command. I'm just about to paint a paper colour to stick on that. Again, it'll just be a make-believe one because this is really an ad hoc unit, and I can just see some of the ladies of the town putting a banner up or a colour up for them to carry into battle. They really were brave units. They quite often were quite impetuous until they actually captured cattle and sheep and horses and stuff, and then they wanted to obviously get them back to their home area. So they were fine until you actually wanted them to stay with your command. If you were going deep into Jacobite country, they were fine until they actually got some loot. And then obviously they wanted to take it back. Again, he needs brushing off from the sand and that. But they're all waiting. They'll go under the flocking with the Saxon Commission. So they're all done in one go. I've tried to do a few different reds. So I've chucked a couple of like these really dark. They often had this like russet red, which was quite like a brownie. It was almost brown. So yeah, that's my. I don't even got a name for it, to be honest with you. It's just an ad hoc unit. So I'll put those to one side, and then a complete change of scale and what I've been painting recently. Let's just get back a bit because I don't know if it's getting to shot. Oh, a 40k orc. I've never done anything like that before. This is just stuff I'm painting as a practice, and I'll just flog on eBay at some stage. I started out. He's actually and his three mates are going to get his own set of videos about that. One of my dogs decided to have a grumble at an inopportune moment. So yeah, I was saying. Just wanted to do. I'd seen an artist on Putty and Paint do an orc in a really nice vibrant green. Now I know that'll go against most orc players out there, but this is just for me enjoying my painting. It's not, you know, it's an orc, but it's an orc how I'm painting him. So as you can see, I've done a bit to his what is it? Power sword? No, it's not a power sword. Power. This is how much I know. I've no idea. Anyway, this thing here, it's I'm trying to make him look obviously I've heard that orcs obviously are quite often, you know, got all the rusty beat up gear that they've captured on all this type of stuff. So I'm having a go, practicing with non-metallics again. It's still a work in progress, this gun here. I believe this is a bolter, is it? So heck of a lot to go. Done some non-metallic on his boots there. They're all supposed to be metal. There we go. As I say, there'll be a separate video on this guy and his mates to follow. So, thank you very much for stopping by and listening to my waffle. That's another Workbench update. Coming up soon, I've got a Harry Potter figure, Order of the Phoenix box to show you. What else have we got? These guys finally flocked, so we'll have a complete Saxon division, infantry division to have a look at. just show the 10mm flocked and based and all the rest of it. As I say, the Orc, he's going to have his own painting, well, not tutorial, but just show and tell as I get through different stages of it. I believe that's about it. Oh, my 10mm buildings, I can finally, they've been sat on a shelf now after they've been lovingly bubble wrapped for a year. I've been letting them get dusty on a shelf because I've been waiting to actually base them. So yeah, there's a fair bit coming up now. I can get some videos out again. So I'll see you all soon. Thanks for taking an interest in what I'm doing, and we will catch each other on another video. Cheers.